Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody. To go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm none other, the one and only HerbMan. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. This is where we teach people how to heal themselves, and you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So we teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness, the wholeness, and the wellness that you deserve. Now, this is a free information station. You don't have to pay for what you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. How we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. Look, I'm going to work for those likes. All I ask is that you reciprocate, share, tap the screen, follow, subscribe, do what you got to do. Get the word out. Get the word out. Get the word out, all right? Once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand, you guys. This is the fundamental hardest thing about healing that you have not been able to get yet. Nobody's taught it right. Nobody has been able to introduce it to your paradigm. Nobody's been able to get you to understand the validity and the importance of this. Nobody's been able to get you to understand the imperativeness of this. Nobody's been able to get you to understand that this is all written in all of your scriptures and all of your ancient texts. You got to learn how to balance life no matter what it's bringing you. That's all we're teaching you. And so the biggest thing that you can do first is what? Anybody know? The biggest thing you do before taking pills, before you taking herbs, before you're taking drugs, before you're taking prescriptions, before you're doing treatments, before you're doing retreats, before you're doing all of these different things, what should you do first? Justice Jaguar said fast. Not correct, but you're on the right track. Monica Modi said to know thyself. Good answer, but the wrong one. Okay, good answer, but the wrong one. All right? Okay, now some of my star students are going to answer for you. BK5507, you are correct. Okay? BK5507, you are correct. Divine Goddess of Nature, you are correct. Anybody else? Y'all don't know how to regulate. See, that's what's missing in that little green book you buying on TikTok. They don't teach you how to regulate. In that Laila Africa book, it don't teach you how to regulate. In that Rosemary Gladstar book, they don't teach you how to regulate. In that David Hoffman or Michael Hoffman or whatever you want to call him, medical herbalism, I got that book. They don't teach you how to regulate. In Micah Tierra book, they don't teach you how to regulate. In Michael Wood's book, they don't teach you how to regulate. In Phyllis Light's books, she don't teach you how to regulate. And it don't matter how far down the line you go and how many books you go and confiscate. There's nothing teaching you how to regulate. Everything is pressing upon your ability to know herbs, your ability to know concoctions, your ability to know how to slice and dice and blend and cook, and everything is about that. But it don't matter how well you know herbs, how well you know medications, how well you know this and that, how well you know how to even cook it and fix it and prepare it. If you can't regulate, you can't heal. Healing happens under regulation, the master key. And so for so long, you've been thinking that you need to do more healing when you need to understand regulation. Most people believe every single day, they believe that they need more supplements. How many people think that they need more supplements? Put some ones in the chat if you feel like you need more supplements. Put a one in the chat if you feel like you need more treatments. Put a one in the chat if you feel like you need more information. And you keep over consuming and you haven't consumed yet the right thing. But what if the issue is not the lack in those areas? What if the issue is that your body is resisting that which you're trying to do? Whatever you're giving it, the exercise, I tried to lose weight and I went and did they detox and I went and took they herbs and they said that was going to help me lose about 20, 30 pounds, but it didn't do it. What if the issue is not lack in the supplements, in the treatments, and in the information? What if the issue is that your body is resisting what you're giving it? It's resisting the chemotherapy. It's resisting the dialysis. It's resisting the operations and the surgery. It's resisting the herbs because you're totally relying on the. See, a lot of you guys are trying to take herbs without trying to change your life. And the body will never fail to heal you, but it can fail to regulate you. So real quick, what is regulation? What is regulation? Everybody keep talking about it. I hear people talking about nervous system regulation nowadays, and everybody talking about, because it is the most important aspect of treatment, of undergoing something. When you're undergoing something, whether it be a drought in your life or whether it be a flood in your life, you must stay regulated. What I'm trying to get you to understand that this is the art of keeping peace in the face of a storm. How many people want to really know how to heal themselves? If you really want to know how to heal themselves, go get your owner's manual. For a funky, measly $50, that's what we're offering you, the opportunity to heal yourself. We're not no longer talking about my concoction and they concoction and looking at Patrick Dale's information and intellect and looking at Bobby whatever Bobby Price information, or we looking at Yacht information, or we looking at HerbMan, or we looking at no. It doesn't matter what they tell you. If you do it under stimulation, if you do it under user error, your body will resist it and it won't take. So what is regulation? Regulation is that return to balance that must happen before you take the meds. It's to adapt to the stress that must happen before you take the herbs. It's your ability to turn on when needed before you take prescription. It's your ability to turn off when needed before you take herbs. You got to have yourself under control. Peace in the face of a storm. So we teach you about this understanding because this is the fundamental thing that's blocking your pathway. And this resistance can happen not only in your life, but it can happen in your nervous system. It can happen in your endocrine system. It can happen in your immune system. It can happen in your circulatory system. Health is not about perfection. It's about adaptability. The adapting is give the situation the opposite of what it presents. So if a storm is coming in my life and it's raining cats and dogs, what is the polarity that I should give this rain? What is the polarity emotion that I should give this storm, this flood in my life? What is the polarity, the opposite emotion in which this wants to conjugate up in me? What is the opposite of the storm? You tell me. I'm asking. You keep tapping. You guys, I'll keep talking. You keep tapping. We're gonna keep on talking. Somebody said you embrace it. That's not the opposite. But it may be the opposite. But what does that mean, T. Rice? Break it down. Don't nobody understand what that means. Break it down to us. What is the opposite emotion that I should take on when a storm comes in my life? When that storm comes in my life, when that flood comes in my life, when that disease, that divorce, when that despair comes into my life, what is the opposite emotion? Why are you going to sleep through the storm? Why would you sleep through the storm? Duchess. Come on, somebody. Dig deep. Use your brain. I know it's early in the morning over there. Good morning, America. What is the opposite emotion? Thank you, Teresa. Calm. Stop fearing and relax into what is happening and look within. Very good. Very good. Very good, you guys. Very good explanation. So it's not resting. It's not you sleep in the boat. You just stay calm in that boat, right? We didn't ask you to go to sleep. Now, resting is a direct understanding that peace is there. But before we get there, we just want folks to get calm. See, you got to understand, why is William Huff so big? Why is Wim Huff so big with that cold water? Why is he so big with the cold water? He lost his wife. He take care of his own children. You know, he got a twin brother. He moving, he chucking and jiving. But why is cold water so unique to Wim Huff? Thank you, David. Dave is Rocket. Thank you, Dave is Crockett. Dave is Rocket right there, right? Because he's using cold water to calm your nerve. He's using cold water to calm your nervous system, to calm you in the face of a storm. He's teaching you that although you hyperventilating and everything, if he can get you to control that, oh, you just did it. You just did it. If he can get you to calm in the face of tyranny, calm you in the face of tyranny, of discomfort, if he can just get you to regulate. William Huff is trying to teach you how to regulate with cold water. Now, do I got to dip you in cold water to teach you this? Or do you really want to listen? Do I got to charge you for fake ass frequencies for you to get this? Or do you want to learn it the natural way? Do I got to put up $1 million price tag on it for you to get this? Or do you want to learn it the freeway? If you want to be put in cold water, that's okay. Go to William Huff. But I got to get you to understand that this is why that brother is so big, because he's just getting you to regulate. But you don't have to submerge yourself in cold water to do it. This regulation happens throughout life. It's when the system stays on too long. It's when the system can't turn off. It's when the recovery doesn't happen as much. And so you start feeling fatigue and lethargic. You start feeling anxiety and depressive. You start feeling inflammatory. You start feeling insomnia and poor sleep. You start feeling digestive issues and hormonal imbalances when dysregulation is happening in your body. Yeah, shouldn't nobody have to plunge you in cold water to teach you that? You're not broken. Your system has gotten stuck. The flow has gotten stuck, stagnated, obstructed. You entered the stress loop. And when you enter that stress loop, you enter that nervous system loop activation, you enter that hormonal release, you enter that tension, you enter these symptoms, and you enter more stress in the stress loop. Because that diagnosis can't sit well in your spirit. That divorce can't sit well in your spirit. That poverty, that despair, it doesn't sit well. And I ain't asking for it too. I'm just trying to get you to understand that how do you stay peaceful in the face of a calm, in the face of a storm? And what I mean by peaceful is, how do you know everything's going to be all right? Because your healing can't start until the loop stops. And that's why rest ain't working for you. You can lie down, you can sleep, you can take time off, but you still sick. You still feel tired. You're still thinking, you're still processing, you're still stressing, you're still tense. Because resting ain't what it is. And what it is a lot of times is when you go on these vacations and when you do all these things, you're not resting, you're just pausing for a minute. And I want you to know something. Stillness, that's why I said rest ain't it. Stillness is not the same thing as regulation. Okay? Stillness is not the same thing as regulation. Stillness does not equal regulation. So to sit over there and just be chilling, it don't mean you're regulated. And you got to understand how major of a role the nervous system and the endocrine system, as messenger systems within your particular physique, plays an important part in not only the physiological aspects of your health, but also the psychological aspects. Your nervous system decides almost everything. Do you feel safe versus do you feel unsafe? Are you calm versus do you feel alert? Are you healed versus are you just surviving? All of those things are dictated by the nervous system. And the body got to heal in safety, not stillness. It's got to heal in safety, not stress. Okay? And when you understand this integral aspect, this integral relationship between the nervous system and the endocrine system, then you'll understand that these are the reasons why things are degenerative. These are the reasons why things are degenerating, meaning things are breaking down, deteriorating, they're going away. And these also are the reasons why things are growing. And 9 times out of 10, the nervous system is going to equal degenerative. If you got an issue there, the endocrine system is going to equal growth. If that's what's happening. So if I got a tumor growing, if cancer growing, if this, that, and the third, what's happening? If I have a organ offline, if I have a gallbladder ain't working and a pancreas ain't working, I was born with type 1 diabetes, my pancreas don't work. That's this. If I got degeneration, spinal degeneration, bone degeneration, all this stuff, that's here. So it's very easy to cure cancers and tumors, and it's very easy to cure the common cold and the flu when you can categorize it in the right way that God, that nature has given us. So God speaks through nature. Spirituality is your relationship with nature. And I'm going to be honest with you. 99.9% of you guys have no relationship with nature. You could be an herbalist. You could be a naturopathic. You could be a gardener. You could be a farmer. You could be whatever, and still thinking that just because you out there egregiously farming and egregiously pulling fruits and vegetables out of earth don't necessarily mean that you have a great relationship with nature. So these hormones come in to follow regulation. So if you don't have regulation, then the hormones come in to follow no blueprint. So when you're dysregulated, guess what? Your cortisol keep rising. Nothing tells us to fall. Your sleep drops. Your energy crashes. But when you're regulated, the proper hormones come in, and now you get hormonal stabilization. Now you get sleep in the way that you need to. Now your sleep improves. Now your energy returns. Y'all are trying to depend too much on these mofos' brains, and y'all thinking that they know how to heal you. They ain't never walked 1 mile in your shoes. You don't fix hormones directly. You regulate the system, and the system does everything. It controls everything. Okay? So when you get your owner's manual for that little funky measly $50, that's what we're teaching you. We're allowing you to see you in the mirror. We're allowing you to read the book on you. The book of Eli, the book of Manny, the book of Alejandro, the book of Lana, the book of Terry, the book of April, the book of Twyla. I want you to read your book so that regulation can begin with awareness. With awareness. So you say, okay, there, HerbMan, I hear you. You're saying that you can buy whatever herbs, you can do all this stuff, but if we don't learn how to regulate ourselves, then it may take a slower process. I'm saying not only will it ain't no may, it will. It'll be slower. And sometimes you can't handle the pace. Your situation too far gone for it to work that slow. You too sick for it to be that slow. So you're looking for rapid healing, and you're looking for rapid healing not only in medications, but in meditations, in Reiki healing. You're looking for rapid healing in sound bowls. You're looking for rapid healing in frequencies. You're looking for rapid healing in herbs. You're looking for rapid healing in somebody. But I'm trying to get you to understand that your rapidness comes in your regulation. How can I be peaceful in the face of this storm? I have been diagnosed with something, but I know that peace is a major ingredient along with whatever else I do. I may be faced with divorce, but I know that peace is a major ingredient along with other things that I need to do now in my particular relationship. I know that I'm faced with poverty, but I know that peace is a major ingredient that'll allow me to utilize my time rather than the money that I don't have. And with my time, I can conjugate up and learn the things that I don't know in order to eradicate poverty all together. And so you got to understand what creates this dynamic. And so and I want y'all to remember the nervous system and the endocrine system. If you got degenerative problems, the nervous. If you got growth issues, prostate issues, all that, it's endocrine. Now, I'm going to ask you one more time. What side of the fence are you on? What is your disease doing? Is it degenerating you? Or is it a growth in you? You tell me. I want you guys to know this information. What is your disease doing to you? Is it breaking you down? Or are those things building up? So we can even put this over here too to make it a little bit. Is it breaking you down? Or is it, I got to make it layman's terms for y'all. Or is it growing in you? Is it breaking you down or is it growing in you? Teresa said degenerative, so we know it's nervous system. Easy. And Terry, I know you. So I know you, but this don't. I know you, but I didn't know the subject today. You understand? So what I'm saying to you is that this is how we start to categorize. It gets easier after you know how to do this. EA said degenerate, breaking me down. Okay, So we know what system that is then. If it's degenerative, what system do we need to really, really hone in on? The nervous or the endocrine? If you got breast cancer, prostate cancer, ovarian cancer, colon cancer, any kind of growth, if you got hernias and tumors, if you got thyroid tumors and all of that, what do we need to fix? The endocrine system, you guys. It's very easy, you guys, to do this after you understand this information. But I can teach you this all day, but if you can't regulate also with understanding this information, that don't mean that you're going to get rapid healing. We're talking about rapid healing. How to go fast, right? How to heal fast. I want to heal from this fast. So you got to do this plus what? You got to take herbs plus do what? You got to take medications plus do what? I'm asking you. If you want to have rapid healing, you guys, keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast, you guys, all right? Let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. Shalom. What's happening, YouTubers? Regulate, EA says. Use the right R word. I want y'all to use the right goddamn words when you type them in. We got so many people that are watching that ain't even on the live. They just looking for that right word. Regulate. You can take medications, but without regulation, it's slow. You can take herbs, but without regulation, it's slow. Everybody get that. Put some ones in the chat. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep on talking. All of this is in your owner's manual. That's why you need a consultation. Your health assessment is the best thing you can afford. It's the best thing you can invest in. Your owner's manual is no different. Okay? We got the foundational blueprint. It's the owner's manual with the herbs. Go to the website, type in foundational blueprint. Get your herbs with your owner's manual. If you just want your owner's manual, then type in owner's manual. We got to regulate. Yes, we got to regulate, you guys. So now, let's just look at high blood pressure. High blood pressure high blood glucose, which is what y'all call diabetes. We just don't use their words. And high cholesterol. What's the operative word in all three of these? You got high blood pressure, high blood glucose, which is diabetes, high blood sugar, and you got high cholesterol, which is the demonstrative. Thank you, Big C. Thank you, Big C. Y'all go follow Big C, okay? Big C already know that the demonstrative here is high. Okay? Is high, right? The demonstrative is high. So in your mind, is this degenerative or is this something growing? In your mind, the high, is it connected to a degenerative thing or a growth thing? Thank you, BK 5507. You guys go follow BK 5507. Okay? So we understand that how do I fix my high blood pressure, my high blood glucose, and my high cholesterol? You got to have herbs in there for the endocrine system. There's no way you can fix it without that. Okay, so now let's go a little bit further. You guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. I ain't finished with you yet. Let's go a little bit further. Endometriosis, fibroids, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Polycystic ovarian syndrome means that there's a mini cyst. Fibroids that can be way more than one on the lining of the uterus. This is the endometrium of the uterus. Is this degenerative or is this growing? Is something growing out of these or is something degenerating? I'm asking you women. Are these things something growing or they degenerating? I'm asking you. So then we already know then somebody got to have some herbs in there for my endocrine system. The man he teaching us this. This is how you build your herbal understanding. Okay? You got to categorize it. What is that goddamn disease doing? Okay, so here go another one. Dialysis. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Dialysis. Is it growing something or degenerating something? What say you? If you are on dialysis right now, is your kidneys growing? Uh-huh. Neuropathy. Neuropathy. Is your nerves growing? Thank you, Big C. So that means that whatever somebody give me for my kidneys, they still got to give me something for my nervous system. You can't just give me Buchu. You can't just give me Chiancapedra. You can't just give me dandelion leaf and root. You can't just give me a yellow dock. Or you can't just give me whatever these little kidney herbs that y'all trying to use out here. I just gave you mine. Buchu, Chiancapedra, corn silk, juniper berry, cedar berry. But you can't just give me diuretics. You got to give me something for the nervous system as well. You don't know how to prepare herbs. That's why there ain't no real healers no more. Because folks don't know how to put it in the hands of the body. The youth now are taking over because Dr. Sabi put this out here. It became a fascinating industry. A lot of accolades were given. A lot of young folk come into this industry because you don't need degrees and nothing like that. But at the end of the day, you do need a degree. And it ain't about a college degree. It's about a knowledge degree. And your degree of knowledge is going to allow you to be able to not only solidify yourself as a great holistic practitioner or herbalist, but it'll also set you up in life. Now, herbalism shouldn't be an industry. I will be the first one to tell you that, because my first notion is to be an advocate for the plant, is to preserve and to reserve the respect that the plant gives to the human anatomy. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that this will serve you most if you can be a pillar of your community. See, I've been doing this not only in America, but in other countries. We know this works. If this is your first time tuning into the HerbMan Show, you late. But you can still stand in the vestibule and get what thus says nature. You late to the party. I've been here. That brother, that sound like he the dead Dr. Sabi. He better than y'all. You late. We've been here. But we decided that education is better than opening up a restaurant. To have you waiting in line for a 2-piece fish dinner is not the most important thing to me. But to teach you how to fish. That's what HerbMan Inc. is all about. So when you start looking at your disease now, you can start to categorize it. You can start to understand what is necessary. So when I say degenerative, what system will you say? If I say degenerative, now, yes, you got to have a degenerative for the organ. So you got a degenerative gallbladder. Okay, yes, I'm going to need some milk thistle, but I also need a nervous system herb. If you got a growth in your body, tumor or whatever in your stomach, or all these different tumors and different growths in the body, thyroid, yes, you're going to need something for the thyroid, but you also need something for the endocrine system. the whole system. So remember that this thing is about what? Cells, tissues, organs, and the organ system. So I can have something for the organ, but you need something for the system. You need something for the tissue, for the cell. You need something for all four of these. So when I tell you degenerative, when you say my organ don't work, that's nervous system. Thank you, Big C. Y'all go follow Big C. He came to the class ready to rock. You should have been in the HerbMan school. Big C, you missing out on school. If you guys are interested in the HerbMan school, we will be reintroducing this HerbMan school. We have a fall class. So the early bird special is going to be in August. Be prepared and ready to go. Right now, you can't get into the class. The class is locked. But if you're ready, the whole month of August is going to be the early bird special. September class start. Okay? Degenerative, growth. So now let's talk about arthritis. Okay? Arthritis. This is going to be a little bit difficult for you guys to get, but we got to get you to get it. Arthritis. Is this growth or degenerative? Y'all know what arthritis does. You know what it is. You know eventually what's going to happen when you keep having arthritis. So you'll know how to categorize it. Is your cartilage growing or is it degenerative? Gerald Walker, the class is for the early bird special is $1,000. But this is a year-long course. Okay, my brother? This is not a few weeks. It's not 8 weeks. It's not 10 weeks. It's 52 weeks. Right? So it's a year-long course for $1,000. If you miss out on the early bird special, unfortunately, it is $2,500 to be with me for 1 year. I teach you everything I know. Okay? Everything I know. So Justice Jaguar said both. How could it be both? What is growing? In the kneecap, what is growing? Other than pain, what is growing in the kneecap? If you got arthritis in your ligaments and your joints, what is growing other than pain? There's nothing growing other than pain. If you stay with arthritis, that's pain, Big C, that's inflammation. That's the only thing growing is inflammation. But what is degenerating? Well, arthritis, what is degenerating in the ligaments and the joints? There's something that's wearing and tearing. When you bone to bone, there's something happened there. Cartilage. When you got arthritis, that is a degenerative disease of the cartilage between the joints. Thank you. Yes, T. Rice. Yes, Sandra Copeland. Thank you, guys. Keep tapping. Y'all go follow T. Rice and Sandra. Cartilage is degenerating. Arthritis is a degenerative disease. So now I'm going to give you something for the pain. I'll give you some devil's claw for your pain. I'll give you some ginger as a rub. I'll give you the stuff for the pain. But I also got to add in some nervous system issues because it's degenerative. So we got to add in some stimulation for that cartilage. A lot of the herbalists don't know how to make their blends like this. That's why they can't fix your arthritis. They can only fix your inflammation. How many people want arthritis fixed, not just the pain? How many people want that cartilage to grow back, not just dealing with the... Because what I'm trying to get you to understand is you got to get this information. They don't know. The whole thing is set up for you to be a repeated customer. Somebody say repeated customer. Somebody say repeated customer. The whole thing is for you to be a repeated customer. So that's why we're educating you today the way that we're doing, instead of for you to be able to try to depend totally on my knowledge, depend totally on me knowing you better than you. That's going to keep you a repeated customer. But when you know you better than anybody know you, then you don't. Lord of mercy, I'm trying to go somewhere with this. They're keeping you a repeated customer because you keep depending on their knowledge of you. The owner's manual offers you an opportunity to gain the knowledge about yourself for a funky measly $50. If you guys are interested, DM us. Let's get you that owner's manual. Stop being a repeated customer and start being an educated consumer. Okay? And they don't just drop crumbs on the ground in the hospital. They drop crumbs on the ground in your religious institutions. They drop crumbs on the ground in your educational institutions. They drop crumbs on the ground in your workforce. They're just dropping crumbs on the ground for you to keep coming back. But when you learn, yeah, when you learn, you can do a whole lot better. So you must understand how important light and rhythm is to your health. You need sun, but you don't need a whole bunch of it. You just need the time that they give you. In your community right now, what time is sunrise? In your community right now, what time is sunrise? Anybody? Go ahead. Hurry up real quick, you guys. I'm getting somewhere. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. I'm working for it. 6:30 is sunrise. 6:30 in the morning is sunrise. What time is sunset in your neck of the woods? Somebody said 7:30 in the morning is their sunrise. Those same two people, when is sunset? Because I'm trying to get you to understand the importance of light and rhythm. Light and rhythm. Grow, glow. 6:30 for you, 7:15. Justice says 7 in the evening. Can't you see the rhythm? Can't you see the rhythm? So 6:30 is your up. 7:15 is your down. 7:30 is your up. 7 o'clock is your down. Now you're getting the proper amount of light, but you're staying in rhythm. So now listen to this. What happens is that when it turns 7:15 in your house, when the sun go down, do you turn the lights on or off? Grow, glow. Grow, glow. Justice, lead. Justice, Jaguar. When 7:15 come in and the sun go down, you cut the lights on. Out of rhythm, artificial light. That's what I mean by regulation. When 7 o'clock come around and the sun go down, you cut the lights on. You don't cut the lights off. Artificial lighting, artificial environment. You're staying up longer than what you're supposed to. If you look at this, y'all, this is 12 hours. 7 to 7 is 12 hours. This is 12 hours. The sun gives you 12 hours. Why are you taking more? Staying out of rhythm. You're out of rhythm. So light and rhythm. I just wanted to just introduce that to you because I want you to understand. Light and rhythm is important to create regulation. Movement is another one. Well, we don't want to get you to exercise and doing all that. All you got to do is from left to right. Somebody real quick, stand up with me. Real quick. If you can, wherever you are. I know it's Friday. I know you probably on your way to work. You're probably already at work. But really quick, you can just go left to right. Just bounce. Bounce with me and go left to right. You know, there's an old rap song. I don't know the word to it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Shoulder lean. It's just a left to right. This left to right movement is very subtle. It ain't requiring a whole lot of woo wham and bim bam. But what I will tell you is right now, you are fully activated in the brain. Your left and your right hemisphere are both working in a cohesiveness because you're working both the left and the right side of the body. So we know that the left brain works the right side. That means that it's got to be on right now because I'm swaying. And we know that the right side of the brain works the left side of the body that has to be on right now because we are swaying. And so right now, in just this one little bitty practice, we're full brain activated. Can somebody put in the chat full brain activation? Just this right here alone. It don't take a whole lot to regulate. You got to love nature. You got to love God. You got to fall back in love with the ambiance of the experience. You can't keep looking straight forward. You got to look up sometimes. You got to look around. Sometimes you got to take in. You got to sightsee. You got to still allow God to put you in awe and bewilderment. You got to still show gratitude for this experience. And that's peace in the face of a storm. So if I'm 80, I'm 90, if I can just sway. That's movement. Good posture breeds good breath. Somebody put in the chat, posture breeds good breathing. Okay? Posture, your posture. Watch out for your posture. A lot of us are humped over all day. A lot of us, our necks are hanging down all day. Your neck is not built to look down all day. Your neck is built to look up. When you was first created, you navigated by looking up, not by looking down. When you didn't know where you was going, you looked up. But now that you do know where you're going, you look down. But the human design and the human frame is not built to be looking down all the time at a cell phone, at a book, at a computer, a laptop, looking down at the road. The neck is not built to look down. You start to stretch the vagus nerve on the side of the neck, especially around the C1 and C2. That can start to get pinched. It can start to get stretched. Because at that C1 is not a bone. It's a ligament. And that ligament ain't that long. It ain't meant to be doing all that crazy stuff you're doing. So that's why whiplash is not a great thing. But that's why holding your head down is also not a good thing. So what we do, we sit in the, let me get your little stomach out there. You know how you sit in that truck. What's going on? Bad posture. Look at this back. This bad posture. You sitting down on your computer. My wife over there right now watching me with bad posture on the cell phone. Bad posture. That breeds bad breathing. Good posture breeds good breathing. The herbs are going to come in and provide you with proper support. That's what you need. All of this stuff comes in your owner's manual. Your birthday will tell me what herbs you need, what foods you need, what spiritual tendencies you got, what physical tendencies you need to watch out for, what nature-based interventions you need to start to introduce into your lifestyle. Your birthday tell me everything. And it ain't a microscopic look, it's a macroscopic look at the total you. It's the all-seeing eye perspective on what it entails to bring you back into attunement, alignment, parallelism with nature. So the herbs are going to give you the proper support because we're not off in the bluff trying to think about, do I know what this person needs? No, Mama Nature know what the person needs. The owner's manual is the guide for that individual. So therefore, we already know that we're going to give you proper support. The herbs come in and give you the mineralization. The herbs come in and the foods come in and give you the mineralization that you need to either what? Fight degeneration or fight growth. We know what you need. You got to have the proper support. We already done told you that. Now we know this, the endocrine and the nervous system. Put herbs in there for that. That's going to help them. But we also understand that regulation is key. So that safe environment is not just last and it's not just the least. It is the most important one. The safe environment. How can I make you safe? Trust. How can I trust? Get you to trust me. I don't need you to trust me. I need you to trust yourself. Because see, you can't pop no pill for regulation. You don't take regulation. You got to learn how to build it. And the real shift that we're trying to do in the modern healthcare arena now is introduce this information. Look, first of all, y'all fucked up and then make it to where herbalists can get accredited. That's your fault. Now you allow a person like me to come in without having to be patted on the back with all of your crap and really learn it the real way. And now I'm going to infiltrate your industry to let you know that you've been doing us wrong for hundreds of years. The medical industry has been doing us wrong because they've been dependent on our ignorance of ourselves. And they've taken advantage of the fact that you don't want to know thyself. But I'm here to tell you today that you don't need to fix everything about you. You just need for somebody to teach you how to create the balance necessary for you. You're not broken, my brothers and sisters. The body remembers. And you're not failing yourself because you are in these situations. You're just simply dysregulated in certain areas. And I'm going to tell you that the world we live in is promoting dysregulation. So you can keep on being a repeated customer. But when I teach you how to get your system to learn how to regulate again, oh, that's when your healing becomes natural again. It becomes innate. The master key is not a herb or blend. The master key is not chemotherapy, is not medication, is not prescriptions, is not in vitamins and minerals. The master key is not in Reiki healing, is not in bioresonance, is not in frequencies, is not in sound bowls. The master key is not in meditation, is not in your church, but the master key is in you, it's in your peace in the face of a storm. I can teach you how to get that peace. I can show you how to bring that peace back into the system. But it don't come because I show you. It don't come because I can teach you. It comes when you feel safe. It comes when you feel safe. And I've been TikToking and scrolling, and every time I see somebody, they want you to believe in them. It's all about their program for you. It's all about their system for you. It's all about their knowledge about you, and they don't even know you. And you just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. And out of your ignorance, you create any industry. But I'm here to tell you today, somebody needs to teach you how to flip the switch on in you. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. 99.9 is your job, not mine. You guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. I didn't want to be on here alone today, but I definitely want to come on here strong. Get your owner's manual. Get a health assessment. We don't diagnose. We don't prognose. We don't need a blood type. We don't need a blood sample. We don't need a stool. We don't need a urine. We don't need a hair sample. We don't need that little nasty bump down there, a live culture from that nasty bump. We don't need none of that. All we need is a birthday. Because 99.9% of this is your job. Ain't no need in price gouging you when your ass got to do all the work. Not Yaki, you. Not Master Herbalist Patrick Dales, but you. You're not going to depend on Bobby Price's degree, but it's your degree of knowledge about yourself. We're not talking about Dr. Oz, but you. We're not talking about Dr. Phil, but you. We no longer need to outsource what we can insource. We just need somebody to teach us how to press my own buttons in my spacesuit, HerbMan. You trying to teach me how to press. You trying to teach me how to, yes sir, I'm trying to teach you how to stretch, and I'm trying to teach you how to grow, and I'm trying to teach you how to press all of the buttons. Ain't no reason for you to leave here without pressing all the buttons in the spacesuit. You need to know what everything can do. And I'm here to tell you that there's some things about you that you have failed to stretch yourself, grow, and develop in for you to understand the capacity in which your body can, your mind, in which your life can do. Look, this thing ain't about nothing but capacity. The one who holds is the one who holds the capacity. If you have the capacity to dig what I'm teaching today, if you have the capacity to take in the information that you're receiving today, then the capacity to heal is yours. The capacity to get over, I ain't just talking about healing your health. I'm talking about healing your wealth. I'm talking about healing your relationships. You just got to have the capacity. The reason why you are failing in relationships because you're not learning from the information. But if somebody can just show you how to learn, what is it that I needed to learn from somebody leaving me? What is it that I need to learn from somebody burning me, from somebody hurting me, from somebody abusing me? You needed to learn. It's something you got. That's a lesson in everything. And it's this perspective, it's this skewed way of looking at the world, of looking at life, that can bring you to the results that you're looking for. 99.9% of this is your job. It ain't no reason for me to price gouge. It's on you. It's on you. And a lot of us are walking along this yellow brick road with a blindfold on. Can't see our way. And when you're walking up a hill or down a hill blindfolded, every step is important. Watching your step is very important. And some of you guys don't know where you are along this yellow brick road, but your owner's manual will show you. Your owner's manual will give you destination. Your owner's manual will give you current location. Your owner's manual will rip away the blindfold. How many want their blindfold ripped away? Put some ones in the chat. Some of y'all don't want your blindfold ripped away because you feel like that's human life. That's what we supposed to do. Everything's supposed to be a surprise. But what if I told you nothing is a surprise? It's just a surprise to you because of your ignorance of thyself. But you shouldn't be living a mistakeful life based on the ignorance of knowing life. You should be living an abundant life. So if you're going to stay blind to abundance, if you're going to stay stubborn to abundance, if you're going to stay mistakeful to abundance, that don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to stay blinded. That's what we're teaching you. It doesn't make any sense to stay blinded. Look, this doesn't stop storms. For you to know this information, my Christian brothers and sisters, my Muslim brothers and sisters, my Jewish brothers and sisters that don't believe in, look here, it don't care nothing about your belief. This is what I'm trying to teach you. For you to, this doesn't stop storms in your life. This ain't gonna stop shit from happening. What this does is prepare you for the shit. It's a weatherman. The weatherman can't stop that tornado. The weatherman's only job is to prepare you for it. It's the watchman. It's the men that used to sit in the towers. Watching, waiting. They can't stop the storm, but they can prepare you for it. Paul Revere couldn't stop the war, but he can prepare you for the fight. So no matter your belief system, we can't stop storms. We can't, this knowledge ain't about stopping stuff and starting stuff in your life. This is about preparing you for that stuff in your life. Stuff is going to stop and start whether you know it or not. But the more prepared you are, you get abundance when you need to start. You release when you need to stop. Regardless, you know when to go on high ground and low ground. You'll know that this is high tide. I need to be in my most high consciousness. I know when low tide, I need to be out here getting everything that I need from the life. It's preparing you. It don't stop no storm. You knowing this information won't stop nothing from happening in your life. It'll prepare you for it so that whatever happens, it doesn't harm you and you get the most out of it. How many of you are ready for that? If you're ready for that, DM me, get your owner's manual. Okay? If you're ready for that, DM me, get your owner's manual. Go to the website, type in owner's manual. That's what this is about today. So that master key. People say, well, I got skin issues. I got eczema. I got this and I got that. What category is those things in? I got psoriasis. Is it growth or is it degenerative? And we're just showing you that with this knowledge, all manner of diseases can be reversed. That's all we're proposing to you today, is that with this knowledge, all manner of diseases can and shall be reversed. I know I got a client right now that says the mother got cancer that spread it to the bones. Right? And I try to teach you guys this all the time. If you never detox the system from the first treatments, then you still got a lot of growth factor though. Or you got a lot of degenerative things. So now it went from here to the bones. What does the bone produce for your immune system to fight off? T or B? When the cancer get down into your bones, which one of these does the bones produce? T cells or B cells? Anybody know? When cancer get out into the bones, which one of these is it affecting, the T cells or the B cells? Somebody said the T cells. No, sir. Big C. The T cells are produced by your thymus. Endocrine, right? The B cells are produced by the bone marrow. Okay? So the bones is producing the B cells. My point is the cancer is fighting you at the gate. It done infiltrated all the way down into the gate now where you are producing your soldiers. It done beat your soldiers all the way down till it done got down to where you're producers. So now what I'm saying is cancer done got all the way down to boot camp. They fight your boot campers. They done beat your army. They down here fighting you in boot camp. How you're producing the military is now being invaded. Oh, that's a very hard one. That's a very hard cancer. And my point to you is, how could it get down to boot camp? How could it get down to boot camp? Because we done all that stuff and we didn't stay regulated. And the more stimulated we are, remember that I told you this, watch this. Cortisol. Produces what? Cortisol rise produces what? A high heart rate. A high blood pressure. And it's immunosuppressive. So when you're up and going all day and you're burning yourself out and you're overstimulated because you got cancer, but you got to work. You got cancer, but you got to pay the bills. You got cancer, but you got to do this. You got to do that. You got to keep living. You got to keep going. You got to keep getting up. You got to keep doing this. Nobody's teaching you regulation. All you know is stimulation. So now you're left here, this immunosuppressive. When you're going and going and going, your immune system is not trying to fight off anything outside of you. Your focus is on the exterior, the environment that you're living in. Fight or flight, not rest and repair. So you got high blood pressure, high heart rate, cortisol going crazy. Your immune system is suppressed, all because you're overly stimulated because nobody taught you how to regulate. This is the master key. You get this for a funky, measly $50 with your owner's manual. Any questions thus far? Okay, because we about to get up out of here, you guys. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. We almost at 70K. If you can get us up to 100,000, I'll keep on talking. But I done came in and done my job for the day. A lot of you guys are lost souls inside. That's what make you lost on the outside. How to regulate blood pressure. Mawu. I'm Lima, 369. There is something in your life you are a warrior. Not this one. Not that one. You this one. Mawu. You worry so much. You're worrying about stability. You're worrying about safety. You're worrying about security financially. You're just worried about life in general. And that's why your blood pressure hasn't been corrected. So I can give you some blood pressure herbs, but without correcting the life, you'll be nothing but a repeated customer. You get the book by DMing me, or you go to the website and type in the owner's manual, and you'll be able to pick up the book on you. Right? I don't write books. This is the book on you. Right? Mawu, where you at? I can give you the herbs, but you'll be a repeated customer until you solidify what's worrying you, what's stressing you, what's creating the insecurity, the not feeling safe, the instability. We solve that. We put you back at peace. The blood pressure balances itself out. Okay, you did the manual, then you should know. It's in your manual. Okay, it's fine. You can always schedule one. Okay, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm available. Okay. Anybody else got any other questions? Deborah said the renewing of the mind. Yeah. But that's one thing to tell me that, but how do you do that? How do I renew my mind? How do I regulate? How do I make these herbs, HerbMan? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. You're not getting all the information from these herbalists. You're getting good information, but wrong application. And it's set up that way for you to be a repeated customer. That's the shame of this becoming an industry. You get shut out of certain information. But my industry ain't in selling herbs. My industry is in education. So I had to change industries in order to help you. Cause hell, if I had to sell some herbs, I goddamn tell your some bitch ass a lot too. Here you talking about I got goddamn 4 mile to feed, 5 mile to feed, 6 mile to feed. I got 7 mile to feed. I tell your some bitch ass a lot too. Here you talking about. Fuck y'all talking about around here, man. Get this shit twisted. Y'all don't know me. But I didn't want to be in ministry at the church like that. So I don't want to be in ministry in the herbs like that. So I realized instead of trying to be an herbalist selling herbs, anybody can do that. Rico and them learn how to do this shit to do that. Be an educator and teach the people how to heal themselves for real. Can't heal yourself off my shit. You heal yourself off your stuff. You don't get your healer's badge because I heal you. You want that Boy Scout badge, you got to learn how to heal yourself. You want that Girl Scout badge, you got to learn how to heal your motherfucking self. And I am the teacher that comes to teach you how to heal yourself. That's a little bit different from everybody else. Anybody else got anything to say? By applying the right information that you give. Yes, it's all about the right information. Remember that we got good information, but wrong application. Now we're changing the tides to where we're teaching people, okay, that is how they befunked us. That's how they kind of got us in this pumpernickel, right? That what happened is that it was good information, so it keeps absorbing, it keeps you drawn in, it keeps you coming in, but it's wrong application. So therefore, you got to keep going back to them and say, well, I tried that, but that didn't work. And you told us, you said do that, but that didn't. And so, okay, so now look here, I'm coming out with another book. Read that one. And that'll help you on that. Okay, so then if that didn't work, then try level 2. If that didn't work, try level 3. And if that didn't work, try potion number 7. And if that don't work, try potion number 10. And if that don't work, then try level 3. And if that one don't work, then try pyramid scheme 4. And if that one don't work, then get up in the upper echelon, pay more money. That's not what we're doing, pimp. Teach these goddamn folks the truth, man. Their body can heal themselves. You guys got great herbs, but you're not teaching the people how to regulate themselves. So your herbs work too slow. It's not helping them either. They want rapid healing, rapid response. So teach them how to regulate first. Teach them the real master key. is to have peace, to know that these herbs will help you, that these foods will help you, that this diet will help you, that this lifestyle prescription is exactly what you need, and be at peace and at calm. I had a brother about a month ago or two. I was back in America and he called me. He probably on the live right now. I cuss his ass out in live, so I can cuss his ass out right here today. But the thing is that I said, you know what you did? You got inspired by me. You found me. You scrolled and you said, this man seems real. He seems authentic. I want to try his herbs. Took the herbs back home. Scared her than a motherfucker. You was scared because you really didn't believe and really didn't trust and really didn't know, but you was trying some shit under stimulation. And so therefore you called me back, say, HerbMan, my blood pressure through the roof. I've been taking your herbs. Is because you really didn't believe in what you had is going to put you at peace. Now he said, well, what I did was I went back to the doctor. I got the doctor. I told the doctor what I was doing. The doctor put me back on prescription. The prescription lowered my blood pressure. I said, what's the difference between them two stories? Because you was on prescription before you met me and it wasn't doing it. And then you got on herbs after you met me and they didn't do it. And then you got back on prescriptions after the herbs, but they did do it. It's because that white coat gave you calm and peace. Goddamn medications don't work. The motherfucking herbs don't work. It's the peace. That white coat gave him peace again. Pop that pill, I ain't got to worry about nothing. I got my medicine bag, now I ain't got to worry about nothing. When I'm on them herbs and I ain't taking my medication, I worry. I'm drinking tea, worrying. I'm drinking tea, trying to take my blood pressure every 5 minutes. That's anxiety, that worry. You can't heal stimulated. God damn it, I'm trying to teach y'all this shit. You can't heal stimulated. But some of y'all are so trusting with the doctor, that's why you've been gotten so far. The doctor bring you peace, but it didn't bring you a peace in your kidneys. It didn't bring you peace to your high blood pressure. It ain't bringing you peace to your diabetes. You still taking metformin for 30 and 40 years. You still on lisinopril for 30 and 40 years. You are still doing chemotherapies, all this stuff, but you trust it enough. The damn thing ain't doing nothing to your body, but it's doing something to your mind. That's how strong regulation is. That the pills ain't even fixing your problem, but the regulation is keeping you going longer than really what you're supposed to be going. Medication ain't doing shit. Reiki healing ain't doing shit. Sound bowl ain't doing shit. Frequencies ain't doing shit. Herbalists ain't doing nothing. The herbs ain't doing the motherfucking thing. But if you trust in something and it brings you solidarity and peace within, regulation is doing everything. Because regulation made the herbs work. Regulation makes the treatment work. Even when the treatment, I'm trying to tell you guys, y'all have been taking medication for 30 and 40 years. It ain't really fuck with your blood pressure. It ain't really help that. But it's your regulation under those pretenses that's keeping you going so long. But soon as you want to get off the meds, you get back anxiety. You get back, I got to watch everything. I got to tie up everything every 5 minutes. That's you too overly stimulated. I'd rather you get back on medications too. You ain't watching your goddamn blood pressure every 5 minutes when you're on meds. But when you got the herbs, you're watching your blood pressure every 5 minutes. You might as well get back on the pill. It's your trust in something that's bringing you peace. It's your trust in, it's your belief in something. And can't you see how far that'll take you? 30, 40, 50 years, I've seen people on medications. But it's because the doctors regulate them. The pills don't take away their blood pressure. That's why they've been on it for so long. But how can you be on something for so long? It's because the doctor regulates them. I want to be able to help you regulate. That's why I tell my parents on the fruit bowl of medication. Yeah, the parents, they believe in the white coats. That white coat syndrome is not about high blood pressure going up. it's about regulating that person. They feel safer in the doctor's care. That safe is everything. It's everything, you guys. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Once we get to 100,000 likes, I'll get up off of here. Any questions? So all I'm saying is you can believe in a different system. There's a different thing out there that you can trust in, that you can hope in. All we're trying to introduce you to is this natural system that got all of you in a bucket. Okay? This is me right now. I started in Gemini. I came all the way down. And now right here in Scorpio. And this how long I've traveled this yellow brick road. This how far I've gone in this yellow brick road. This would amass up to 46 years of travel. And most of this travel, I've been traveling blindfolded until the veil was removed. And it's just in a preparation, in a preventative maintenance thing to be able to see the storms before they come, to feel the storms, to smell the rain, to know the quietness, know that that's a tornado, to understand that when you hear the train sound, that could be a tornado, that it could be a hurricane, that stillness could be a tsunami. You got to understand Earth and the patterns and the seasons. And it'll take you from a warrior to a warrior, a real one. What say you? Anybody got any questions on what's the master key? Anybody got any questions on what's the master key? Please put them in the chat. We'll try to get as many of you as possible can before I get up out of here. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Do you know what side of your issues are? Is it degenerative? Is it growth? Is it excessive? Is it deficient? Join a few minutes. What is the drawing correlating to, please? Don't join my class late and ask me any questions. I come on every day between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be a follower. Come in, really learn from the beginning if you can. And then you can ask me your questions, okay? But I don't appease the children coming into the class 5 minutes before the lecture is over with and feel like they have a poignant question. When you late, all you can do is listen or keep scrolling. My apologies, but all you can do is listen or keep scrolling. Okay? Late children don't have no hand-raising privilege. Uh-huh. Yeah, or you can subscribe on YouTube and it'll be uploaded there. But I want you to follow. I want you to learn from the beginning. I want you to be here when class starts. Okay? That's what we want to do. Anybody got any issues about their disease? But no. Okay, well, if you new, then welcome. If you new, welcome. So this is the owner's manual, Desi. So when I be saying owner's manual, I know y'all be like, he done said it a lot of times. This is the owner's manual, okay? As you can see, we just got some purchases right there. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the purchases, you guys. Thank you. I see you right there, Corey, okay? I see you, Corey. We appreciate your love, man. We appreciate you trusting us to serve you in your journey, in your health, okay? Big C, appreciate you, Big C. Big Corey. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate your love. You're going to get your owner's manual in a day or two. Make sure you email me your birthday, though. I need your birthday, Big C, so we can proceed with your order. Bought the blend for my stepdad. He's recovering stroke patient. Anything else outside the blend? For a struggling stroke patient, nah. So listen, stroke, growth or degenerative? Let's talk about it, Marcus. Because I know you over there trying to take care of him. Let's talk about it. Is it growth or degenerative? Real quick. I ain't gonna be long. I know these your people. Okay, you got the blend for your stepdad. He's recovering from a stroke. Is a stroke growth or degenerative? Thank you. Okay, Marcus, there you go. So it's a degenerative condition. So you should see in your herb blend, okay? We had to also deal with this nervous system. Okay, so you got nervous system herbs that should be in that blend. Skullcap, blue vervain, herbs like that. You may see horsetail and things like that in their herbal blend, right? Because that's going to help out with the nervous system. You see? So what we're doing with Pops is nothing different than giving Pops the material needed. But the body is going to do the work, but it can't do it without material. So it's just like building a house. It's just like building a business. You need the material. So your owner's manual herbs are the material. It's the nails, it's the wood, it's the iron, it's the roofing, it's the foundation, it's the concrete, it's the workers, it's the material needed, and the body will do the rest. Okay, Marcus. So you good, brother. Just keep on. You may have to give that particular natal blend because a stroke is not just a surface condition. You may have to do that for a few months, but it's not a lifetime. It's just a lifestyle prescription. We don't believe in lifetime prescriptions. We believe in lifestyle. Thank you for the 100K, you guys. If there is no other questions, we're going to get up out of here. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to see if you got other questions. If not, we're going to get up out of here, man. I love you guys, man. It is absolutely nothing in the world that you could do about it. And we're going to keep on busting you guys upside the head with this hot banger boogie. Now, tomorrow and Sunday, I will not be on. I will be in school at that time, okay? So you won't see me until Monday. But if you guys need herbs, if you guys need questions answered, if you guys need your consultations, which is what that's going to cost you, then for that little funky measly $50, get the consultation, get all the information, and then let's work from what mama say. Let me work with you, but don't be afraid of what mama going to say, because mama really got the remedy. And I'd rather you get your remedy from mama than to be trying to get it from the creation. I'd rather for you to go to the creator than the creation. I'm creation. I got human fallibility. I make mistakes, but mama, yes. Mama knows you by number. Mama loves you. Mama wants to see you whole. And only she can do it. That's the mother's love. That's the Madu Neter. That's the owner's man. I love you guys, man. Until next time. Love HerbMan. Peace. Get your peace. Get your peace. Get your peace. 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 Get your owner's manual. The best decision, best investment you can ever do. Trust me. I love you.
Peace. Oh my